Hi there, I'm Andy Hillier and today's guitar lesson is going to be on the Slopes of the Blessure from The Witcher 3 Blood and Wine. It's a beautiful little song. I've done an arrangement of it. Go and check out my cover of it. I'll put a link in the description down below and put a card above if I remember to do it. Go and have a listen to that. Just before I teach you it as well, if you wouldn't mind subscribing to my channel, which is Andy Hillier, give me a like on the video, leave me some comments on the comment section, including any songs you want to learn. And if you love what I'm doing, you want to support me and you want to print these tabs off, I'll put them in on my Patreon account. I'll leave a link to that in the description down below. My guitar's in standard tuning for this one. You can play it on any type of guitar as well. Okay, so 3 sections to this. We've got an A section, a B section, then it also goes back to the A section, and then we've got a C section at the end. The first line slowly goes like this. So for that, we're going to play the open D string and G2, then B3, then A3 with the open G string and the B1. So you've got then B3 with the little finger, open E, and then B1. So bar 1. Into bar 2, we've got the open D with G2, then another G2, B1, open B, then B1. Then we're going to do a little trill, hammer on and pull off with the first finger on the E string, E1, and then back to the E, and then to the B3. So that bar 2 goes. And then bar 3, we're going to play the A1 and open D string, then D2, D3, then G2, and then A3, D2 and G at the same time, B1 and then G. So bar 3 goes. And then bar 4, we're playing the D and the G2 at the same time, and then a G2, then an E1. Now this bit's tricky. Instead of playing all this part, what you could do is just play E3, and that'll sound nice as well. So the bar would go. Okay, so that would be an easier option. Or what I've written there is playing the E3, hammering on E1, E3 with the little finger, and then playing A3 and the E string at the same time, G2, and then at the end we've got B1 hammering onto B3, and then B hammering onto B1. So what's written there goes. But for an easier option you could go. And actually I think I played that the second time round in my arrangement of it when I played it. So let's play the whole line slowly. Here we go. On to the next line, sounds like this. So for that we're playing A1 and G2 at the same time, and then B3, and it's a C chord, which is your first finger B1, second finger D2, third finger A3. I'm playing the middle 4 strings, then B3, the little finger, open E, and then back to B1, so take the little finger off. So bar 5 goes. And then bar 6, I'm barring my first finger across all the strings on the first fret and putting my second finger on G2, playing the E, G, B and E strings, then open E, and then E3 and B3 with the open G string at the same time. So bar 6 goes. Into bar 7, we've got so A1 and open D, then D2, D3, G2, A3 and G at the same time, D3 and then D2, so bar 7. And then bar 8, just open D, G2, B3, E5, B3, then you go all the way up to E10, E12, which will take you on to the next section. So let's try the whole of that line. On to the B section then. Now this B section, this line's going to repeat round. It sounds like this. And repeats. So we're starting off, big stretch here. We've got D8, little finger on E13. If you struggle with that stretch and you can't reach that distance, what you could do is, instead of playing the 8 down here, you can play it on A13. So you play A13 and E13. The reason why I did that, it just enables me to hold the note on longer when I'm playing these other notes. But you can do it either way you want. So you play this, or this, whichever way you prefer. And then G10, B10, B8, back to the B10 but with an A10 at the same time. Then use your little finger on E10. So you got into bar 10, we've got first finger on barred on the 5th fret from the A string downwards. Second finger on B6, third finger. Actually, little finger on G7 and third finger above it on D7. So then we can play the whole bit of that. So we play the A string, the G string and the B string at the same time. Take the second finger off and play the B5. Then your little fingers on the G7 and then D7 with third finger. So that bar goes. Then play A and B1, B3 and then E. So that bar. Into bar 13, first finger's barred from the A string downwards on the 1st fret, little finger on B3, second finger on G2. Play those all at the same time, A string, G, B and E. And then G2, then open G, back to G2 with the first finger but with the third finger now on E3 and play the open D string at the same time. And then play B3, so bar 11. And into bar 12 we play the the D string and G3 at the same time. Then G2, G2 and then B3. So you got D string and the B3, G2, G2 and then B. Then we go up to E10 and E12 and that's where it's going to repeat round. So the whole line slowly goes. And then that repeats, but on the repeat, don't do the 10 and the 12 at the end, and you go straight back to the beginning and play the A section, the first two lines of the A section. After you've played the A section again, we go back to the C section, or we go to the C section, which starts the same, the first bar is the same as the first bar in the B section. So you got, then in bar 14 you've got a rest, and then you're going to play, which which is D3 and B3 at the same time, E5 and B6 at the same time, E3 and B5 at the same time, so you've got rest. And then a little pull off from fret 5 to 3 on the E string, and then play A5 and B6 at the same time, A3 and B5 at the same time, so you've got. And then in bar 15 we play A1 and the B3, D3, G3, G2, so you got. Then E3 and B3, hammer on from B to B5 back to B3, and then B1, bar 16 you're just playing the D chord, open D, G2, B3, and then at the end you've got E10 and E12. So that line goes rest. Sorry about it. Bar 15 I didn't do a hammer on pull off, I just did a pull off, but you get the idea hopefully. And the last line starts the same. In fact, it's pretty much the same as the B section, so it goes. So the first 3 bars are the same as the B section, then you can just play a D chord on the end, or a D minor chord, which is your first finger on E1, and you can do a bit of like, I think in my version I went, which is just a D chord, just messing about with the fingers. Then D minor up here, which is E5, B6 and D7, and then 10 on the E, B and G strings. And that's the whole of the song. Well, hopefully you've enjoyed that little guitar lesson. If you have, if you wouldn't mind subscribing to my channel, it really does help me out. If you want the tabs for this, I'll put it on my Patreon account. I've said it as cheaply as possible. I'll leave a link to that in the description down below. Please give me a like, leave me some comments, let me know where in the world you're from, any songs you want to learn, what you thought of the video. Thank you for watching this, I do appreciate it. I've been Andy Hillier and I'll see you next time.